Hello, I'm Jeremy Jacob.
And I'm Nicolas Tellep. Welcome to TMN Television on Thursday, April 12th.
Tonight we look at the recent festival held by Greek Life for the Kirksville community.
And later, stay tuned for your Truman Sports Update.
These stories and more tonight on TMN Television. You don't want to miss this.
The Missouri House of Representatives passed a budget plan that would reverse Governor Eric Greitens' $68 million cut to higher education. The plan would restore funding for higher education, providing universities capped tuition increases at 1%. The budget also included a $99 million increase for K-12 schools and a $163 million increase for the Department of Transportation. The plan still needs to be approved by the Senate and signed by the governor. If passed, it will go into effect July 1st. Truman State University is still planning according to the governor's original proposed budget. Vice President for Administration, Finance, and Planning Dave Rector says other universities are planning similarly. He said it is kind of the worst-case scenario, so the university is planning for it, just in case.
Truman State University's School of Math and Science will be cut by $600,000 if Eric Greitens' proposed budget is passed. Interim Dean of the School of Science and Mathematics, Tim Walston, said the majority of cuts would come from student pay funding, the renewal of equipment contracts, and the operations budget. The school will also be forced to reduce its faculty size. While no one is being laid off, the school will not be replacing 4 of its full-time faculty members and 4 half-time or less faculty positions. They will also not have yearly service contracts for the 2 electron microscopes that the university owns. The university has paid $33,000 a year for a technician to come in and service the microscopes. While the department can still use them for classes, they can no longer afford to have them inspected. There will also be a 5% decrease in the operational budget.
The Adair County Public Library received a state library grant to update its technology. The library applied in January for the grant and received it in March. Its current plan is to use the money to buy a new web and data server and 10 new computers. The grant will be able to fund 75% of the project, with the other 25% being paid by the library. Library Director Jamie Livingston, who wrote the grant, says she and the Adair County Public Library Board of Trustees had talked about technology upgrades for a year before sending in the grant application.
Truman State University's annual Greek Week has begun with a new philanthropy project helping the Kirksville youth. Here is TMN's Bria Parnell with the story.
Various Greek organizations on Truman's campus came together this week for its annual Greek Week. One large aspect of Greek Week is philanthropy, with Greek Life members focusing most of the week on raising money for a cause. This week's philanthropy was in collaboration with the Kirksville Kiwanis Club for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. Philanthropy co-chair Matt Barkowski says Greek Life spent a lot of its time making sure they chose the right organization to support. Barkowski says the Greek Week Philanthropy Committee ultimately decided on Imagination Library because it coincides with Greek Life's mission to make an impact in the community.
Wanted as a Greek Life community to make a real impact and a very discernible, easy to see impact. And by finding the Imagination Library, it definitely bolstered us in knowing that idea of what we wanted to do was dead on, and we found the organization that's going to allow us to do that.
Imagination Library has been active through the Kirksville Kiwanis Club since October. The program gives free monthly books to kids through the mail based on reading level from birth until their 5th birthday. The program has gotten much support from Adair County as age-appropriate books are in need for the county. Greek Life held a Spring Festival fundraiser on Monday to raise money for the organization as well as allow kids in the community to sign up for Imagination Library. Philanthropy co-chair Lindsay Schlichting says a lot of Greek Life are student teachers or pre-MAE and would be interested in supporting Imagination Library. Schlichting says Greek Life figured they could help the organization as it had operation problems beforehand.
had to stop funding, or they've had to stop sign-ups and stop advertising so much because they didn't have the funds, because people are signing up so rapidly here because there's such a need for it. So our event today was to get people to sign up because we are giving them funds to fundraise 800 kids in the community signing up. So we wanted to bring some of those kids here and have them enroll.
According to a report from the Kirksville Kiwanis Club, over 1,100 children in Adair County could benefit from Imagination Library. Anyone interested in the Adair County Imagination Library program can contact the Kiwanis Club at kirksvillekiwanis@gmail.com. For the Truman Media Network, I'm Bria Parnell.
After the break, stay tuned for the Truman Sports Update.
But before all that, let's look at this week's weather.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Senior Sam Stewart was named the GLVC Outdoor Field Athlete of the Week. This is his first such award. Stewart is coming off the Central Methodist Invitational, where he won 2 events, the hammer throw and the shot put. He had 2 of the 3 male Bulldog thrower victories during the meet, leading to the men's team winning the meet. Stewart won the hammer throw by 1 inch and the shot put by less than 4 feet. The last Bulldog to win an Outdoor Field Athlete of the Week award was Dominic Kasich 1 year ago.
The women's golf team competed at the University of Missouri St. Louis Triton Invitational last weekend. It is the last tournament before the team goes to Eureka, Missouri for the GLVC Championships. Senior Nicole Barmettler won her 3rd career tournament with a score of 146. The score is 1 point worse than her personal best. Barmettler did, however, shoot a 72 during day 1, which does mark a personal best. Junior Montana George joined Barmettler in the top 30, while 3 other Bulldogs finished in the top 40. The GLVC Championships start April 27th.
The softball team just finished a 3-1 homestand. The Bulldogs swept the first doubleheader against University of Southern Indiana and split the next one against McHenry University. In Game 1 against Southern Indiana, the Bulldogs played to a 5-3 victory behind junior Lauren Dale's 10th complete game. The offense carried over into Game 2 as the Bulldogs scored 4 runs in the 3rd inning, including junior outfielder Krista Reisinger's 2-run homer. The Truman's 6-game win streak ended in Game 1 against McHenry after Dale gave up 8 runs. The Bulldogs were only able to score once before scoring 5 times in Game 2. Sophomore Alyssa Hadjuk shut out the Bearcats to record the Bulldogs' 3rd shutout of the season. Truman will play 4 away games this weekend.
The baseball team had a 4-game series last weekend against Maryville University. The Bulldogs won Game 1, but lost the final 3, allowing 8 or more runs in each of the losses. The highlight of the weekend happened in Game 1 when Truman's 3-2 win. Senior Kent France earned the 17th win of his career, making him the program's sole record holder. France did allow 10 hits and 4 walks, but the Saints were only able to score twice in the 7 innings France pitched. It has been a long road for France, marked by chronic struggles after his breakout freshman year, where he had 9 wins. Head coach Dan Davis said he expected France to set the record early in his Bulldog career, but the unpredictable nature of sports delayed it until now. The Bulldogs traveled to Quincy University this weekend for a 4-game series.
This has been your Truman Sports Update.
Stay tuned after the break.
Got a quarter?
Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. For complete news coverage, be sure to stay tuned to KTRM and pick up a copy of the Index. And check out our news content at tmn.truman.edu. You can also follow TMN on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for breaking news updates.
And if you missed part of our broadcast tonight, check out TMN TV on YouTube. If you've ever thought about being on TV, be sure to head on over to tmn.truman.edu/apply to fill out an application today. From all of us here at TMN, thank you for tuning in and have a great rest of the week. Now stay tuned for our latest episode of Bully Dogs.